Welcome back. There was a point early in my reading that I started asking a question. Not a point where I determined this is what I should be doing, but a point where things just started happening. I started asking a question and putting what I was reading to the test by asking, assuming for a moment that God is real, there is an all-powerful being that created you and me and everything around us. Is there anything that I'm finding in my research that would be inconsistent with that point? Is there something that I could point to and say, aha, here's a reason why there is not a God, coming right from the scriptures? And so one of those points, one of those issues that I started wrestling with was throughout the scriptures there was a spiritual being that was discussed. Someone who had an identity that seems to oppose all the things that God would want to have for our lives. You know, I would read about how God would intervene in circumstances and He would, encourage people to have relationship with Him, which was a theme of the big story of the scriptures. But then there was someone who wanted to tear that process down and cause people to be moved in a totally different direction. So one of the questions I started having, is that even consistent with the notion of there being an all-powerful God? The fact that there is a spiritual being that works in a different direction. Why would an all-powerful being allow that to occur? If there is an all-powerful being, there could be a situation where just His created beings, meaning us, and Him would be together without any counter-influences. But that's not what I was reading. And so in this chapter, I offer to you what I found about the influences and how that may tie into the big picture in a way that's consistent with the fact that there is an all-powerful, loving God. I also discuss the influences of the world and how those tend to influence us in directions away from God as well.